YouTube? Welcome back to Crash Play Gaming. I'm your host Crash, and I've decided to take another look at Radiant Eternatus, of course, because there are a bunch of VMAX Pokemon that you can pair with Radiant Eternatus. So I decided to pair it with one of the one of the VMAX Pokemons that used to dominate back in its time. And you know, a lot of people like to concede when I have really good setups, which is fairly often with this deck. And this deck only does struggle realistically against Dark Pokemon and not getting Eternatus turn 1. So if you could deal with those and PTCGO doesn't screw you over, you'll be fine with this deck. You'll win a bunch of matches, I promise you. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the Pokemon question of the day. It's time for the Pokemon question of the day. Let's go over last video's question, which contained this card. What set was this Snorlax VMAX printed in? If you were like our commenter Link Hawkins, you went ahead and guessed Sword and Shield base set, which is the set that this Snorlax came out on. So let me go ahead and pull up this card a little bit so we can reveal the little symbol down here, which lets us know what set the card is printed in. And I wanted the first set, so congratulations to Link Hawk. You went ahead and got that point, so you now have 2 points. You are 1 point away from winning the first place prize. Here is the set symbol enlarged for all of us to see. That is the set symbol for the Sword and Shield base set. Link Hawkins, you are now 1 point away from winning the prize. Nobody else is even close, but remember, all you have to do is get the correct answer and you earn yourself a point. It's a race to 3 points for the first place and second place prize, and multiple people can get a point on the same question. So go ahead and participate and answer. You'll be getting Pokemon codes, or I'll send you direct trades on PTCGO, whatever is easiest for us to do for you to win your prizes. So yeah, let's go over this video's question, which involves this card. Now, this is a Stage 2 140 HP Omega ability Swampert, or is that an Aqua ability? I don't remember. I think they're Omega abilities. But anyways, one of my favorite printings is Swampert because Swampert just looks so cool, like with the electricity charging around him. He's a ground water type Pokemon that's like, yeah, I don't care about your electricity anyways. So yeah, tell me what set this Swampert is released in, and let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new and if you like the content. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up. It really helps the exposure of the channel, so good luck. What set did this Swampert come out in? And we'll see what happens in the next video. Let's go ahead and get into the deck list. We're taking another look at another VMAX deck with Eternatus with the Climatic Gate ability. When we play this card from our hand to our bench, we can search our deck for up to 2 Pokemon VMAX, put them onto our bench, and our turn ends, which is a really strong ability. Today we pair it with Shadow Rider VMAX here, Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX with the Underworld Door ability, allowing us to attach a Psychic Energy from our hand to one of our bench Psychic Pokemon and draw 2 cards. And of course it has the Max Geist attack for 3 energies. It does 10 damage, but it does 30 more damage for each Psychic Energy attached to all of our Pokemon. So let's see how we have this deck built here. We also have 2 copies of the normal Shadow Rider Calyrex, which is really good for the Shadow Mist and Astral Barrage attacks as well, and also still giving us access to Shadow Riders in case Mr. Eternatus here decides to be prized and we don't find our heavy balls and get him out quick enough, because that can happen and does happen. Hint, hint. We also have 1 copy of Basic Mewtwo here, 130 HP. The attack we're using is Limit Break for 3 energies, does 90 damage, but if our opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, it does 90 more damage. So if our opponent KOs one of our VMAXs, Mewtwo can come in and do 180 damage, effectively able to KO a Crobat or Lumineon. But if you slap a Choice Belt on this bad boy, you can do 210 damage, which hits a lot of V Pokemon as well. So Mewtwo is a really good single prize attacker that we have in the deck. We're also playing 3 copies of the Mysterious Tail Mew here. This helps us dig into our deck for the top 6 cards and get an item card there and put it into our hand. So in the case of Radiant Eternatus being prized, hopefully this Mew can find you a Hisuian Heavy Ball so that you can get Eternatus out of the prizes relatively easily. And then we also have 1 copy of Wyrdeer V here because it synergizes really well with the amount of energy we have in play with the Frontier Road ability. If this Pokemon moves from the bench to the active, we can move any amount of energy from all of our Pokemon to it, and it has the attack Psy Shield Bash, doing 40 damage for 3 energies, but it does 40 damage for each energy attached to the Pokemon. So you get a bunch of energy attached, you do a bunch of damage. And it also pairs really well with one of the new tools, Sky Seal Stone. During our turn, we could use the Star Order ability if our opponent's active Pokemon V-Star or V-Max is knocked out by damage from the basic V that we attack with, we can take one extra prize card. So if we KO a VMAX, we're taking 4 prizes. If we KO a V-Star, we're taking 3 prizes, which can really upset the prize trades sometimes. So it's a really good win condition that we have in this deck as well. As I mentioned before, really important cards, 2 Hisuian Heavy Balls. That way we can get out the Radiant Eternatus if we need to. And then other than that, this is really just your basic Shadow Rider deck that I modified to include Radiant Eternatus. I also include 2 Temple of Sinnoh here just for the Lugia matchup and for the Reggie matchup. If I had a Temple of Sinnoh in my Lugia matchup that you'll see in this list, in this video, we might not have lost there. So a little bit of a spoiler, but that's okay. So Temple of Sinnoh's in there for that reason. Also 2 Training Courts so we can recover some of our Psychic energies. Couple Air Balloons here, couple Choice Belts to help bump the damage and retreat. Supporter line, we have 1 cheeky copy of Avery. Also for the Reggies, I tend to play up against a lot of Reggies, so I put in an Avery. And then once I put in Avery, I don't see any Reggies. So actually you can probably cut the supporter and put whatever else you want in the deck you want to. Maybe bump up the Serena count by 1 instead of playing Avery as well. 4 Marnies for maximum hand disruption as we can do. Might even want to play a Judge. Judge might be good too. 3 Professors of Research and 2 Boss's Orders. I'm still a fan of Boss's Orders over Serena, but that will probably always be the case because I just like being able to boss up basic Pokemon that are not Pokemon V as well. So in the meta though, I think Serena's probably better because in tournaments you're not really going against a lot of decks that don't play Pokemon V, so just keep that in mind when you're building these decks. 2 Scoop Up Nets as well. This helps us with Mew getting Radiant Eternatus out of the game as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The deck list will be in the description down below. And if you enjoy the content, go ahead and leave a like. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We're on the road to 300 subscribers and we're almost there, which is pretty awesome. So thank you very much to everybody and let's go watch the gameplay. Well, we do definitely have an interesting start here with Mew and 2 Shadow Rider VMAXs in her hand. Avery, this is going to be a little bit tricky to deal with. Looks like we're playing up against Arceus Flying Pikachu, possibly. With the big Parasol. Flying Pikachu is not going to be much of a problem. Primal Turbo. Hello. Okay. Lugia Flying Pikachu. The new way to play Flying Pikachu is with Lugia, folks. Here we go. Alright. This will be interesting. They have 1 card in their hand. I'm going to suppose that it's a supporter. What do I do here? I guess I just Avery. Oh, but Avery could be good when they put down other things. Oh, man. Maybe I just Mysterious Tail first. Don't want to get rid of all these cards in my hand. Ultra Ball works. Ball Crystal works. Let's go with Ultra Ball. Oh, darn. Okay, let's go with Ultra Ball. We can get rid of 1 Shadow Rider and 1 energy. Hopefully the Eternatus is in the deck. It is. Okay. We still have 2 Shadow Riders in the deck too, so a Marnie at some point or a Fall Crystal would be great. Mewtwo's in there, Wyrdeer's in there. Temple of Sinnoh's are there, which is good. And 1 of our Sky Seal Stones. Okay. Let's get that Radiant Eternatus. And we can play him down. And yes, we will search our deck. That took a little bit. And get down 2 Shadow Riders. Great. We have energy for next turn. We're looking solid. Maybe our opponent doesn't have a support in their hand, but all this Ultra Balling tells me they do. A research. Oh, is that the new research? It sure is, isn't it? Pretty good. Oh. Research and pass. That's interesting. Alright, well, we'll Underworld Door to ourselves. Maybe we can get a KO somewhere. Another Mew. Attach a Choice Belt here. Then we have 1 Archeops in the discard. I'm thinking about playing Serena and just getting rid of Avery. But I like the option to have a boss, but I need to draw more cards. I need to set up more. So we'll play Serena. We'll discard Mew and Avery. Draw 3 cards. Energy's good. Quick Ball is not needed yet. Attached to that guy. Okay. We can Mysterious Tail. Temple of Sinnoh would have been nice. Fog Crystal is good here, I think. We'll take the Fog Crystal. We already have a Quick Ball in our hand. We can attach energy. We can play the Fog Crystal just to see what we have. We do have another Shadow Rider, but I binned one, so I don't necessarily need to grab it, so I can just thin this out. Mewtwo's still in the deck, so that's good. And our opponent concedes. Arceus. Alright, at least we get to start with Mew. Unfortunately, we have two VMAXs in our hand. Okay, this is going to be some kind of a lightning deck. Maybe. Could be Tapu Koko. Could be Rayquaza. Could be Flying Pikachu. Or Zeraora. Could be a multitude of things. We top deck another Mew. Let's go ahead and Stormy Mountains. Radiant Eternatus is in the deck. Two VMAXs are also in the deck. Sounds good to me. Wyrdeer's there. We can take an extra prize if we so choose. So let's go ahead and Quick Ball away this Mew. Grab ourselves Mr. Eternatus. Throw down that guy. Mysterious Tail. Fog Crystal's perfect. This guarantees us some energy for this turn at least. Which we can throw down there. We can throw down Choice Belt. And we can go ahead and Radiant Eternatus. Our opponent also missed an energy drop last turn. So here we go. We'll have 3 Shadow Riders turn 2. 3 Shadow Rider VMAXs turn 2. And we have a couple of bench spots open for our Mewtwo and our Wyrdeer if it ever comes into play to be necessary. There goes an Arceus. This might get them a Crobat, which Crobat is a juicy target for Mewtwo. Perfect numbers. Oh, another Mareep. Okay. They're going full ham on the sheeps. They got a research. That's why there was no Crobat. Alright. Do they find the double turbo energy and the other attacker to this deck? They got the Flaffies going. The sheep herder has all of his sheep. And then he concedes. No, we have such a good setup and then they just concede. This is a consistent setup we get in this deck, I promise. And it's just, gotta get a full game though. Ice Rider. Alright, well, pretty decent opening hand here. Let's just go ahead and Quick Ball away this Marnie. We have Research, so we don't need it. Radiant Eternatus is in the deck, so we'll grab Radiant Eternatus. We can also go ahead and Fog Crystal. Grab ourselves Mr. Calyrex. And play that guy down. Give him an energy. And we get to Mysterious Tail. Don't forget about that. Choice Belt seems fine to me. Actually, Scoop Up Net also seems good. No, we'll get Choice Belt first. Choice Belt seems fine. Let's throw that down, and boom! Radiant Eternatus. Getting our Shadow Riders into play. Next turn, we might possibly have a Shadow Rider VMAX ready to attack. We have the energy to manually attach, depending on the draw. I don't want to use Underworld Door this coming turn just yet. We might get a KO on the Ice Rider. I forgot to check the deck for... Oh! All they do is Pierce. And we top deck an Air Balloon. Okay. So, what is it? 3, 6, 9... We need a lot. I don't think we'll get a KO. But they could KO that one in return. So... let's do that. Attach the Air Balloon. We can research. Okay, we got the other VMAX, which we can power up this turn. Cool, we'll take it. And Underworld Door. This one over here. Yep. Underworld Door. To yourself. Yep. Underworld Door. To this guy. And no! Oh, everybody just concedes when I get this strong of a start, man. Oh, Lost Box with starting Raikou and Rayquaza? Well, we're starting Mew, so that's not our favorite. Mewtwo, so that's not our favorite start here. But I guess we gotta roll with it. We do have Fog Crystal to get us a Shadow Rider if we wanted to. We also have Air Balloon, but I don't really want to put Air Balloon on Mewtwo. So we just gotta roll with it. And too bad we're not playing Big Parasol or Big Charm, but I don't think we'll need Big Parasol in this matchup. Switching card. Alrighty. We could try to boss trap one of these Rayquazas or Raikus, forcing them to scoop it up or something. Get rid of an escape rope already. Water energy. Jirachi. I guess Jirachi is basically like another Comfy, but you don't put something... Wait a minute. They can use Jirachi to power up the rest of their Pokemon. They better not. They better not. That'll be insane. Ball Crystal. Shadow Rider. Eternatus is prized, so Heavy Ball will be a necessary thing to find. Play Shadow Rider, play Energy, and... Well, they only have 2 cards. Let's go ahead and boss Rayquaza. I'm more scared of Rayquaza. And pass. Hopefully that doesn't let them use Dream Me Revelation to find cards to help switch into the Comfies. And we get an extra turn so that we can possibly get the KO. 3, 6, 9, 100. No, we would have needed to get something else down. Okay, they attach an energy. Wyrdeer comes from the top deck. We will attach that bad boy. Go ahead and Underworld Door to ourselves. Fog Crystal Avery is nice. Let's go ahead and Fog Crystal first. Grab ourselves our next Shadow Rider. And then we can play Avery here. Forcing them to discard one of their Pokemon. I don't care which one they discard in this matchup right now. They are going to manually retreat this Rayquaza, it seems. They get rid of Jirachi. I'm hesitant to attach the energy right now because I can use it next turn. So I think I'm just going to wait. I'll just wait to attach the energy. I have Underworld Doors for next turn. Our opponent seems to be a little stuck here, so we're going to keep them that way. Lightning Energy to Raikou. They do not want to put double lightning on Rayquaza. Celebi. Interesting. Lost box full of all the amazing rares. Underworld Door to that one. Ultra Ball doesn't help right now. Can attach the Air Balloon. I can Ultra Ball away these two, since they're not really useful. Can grab a Mew. Can do this. I can retreat into the Mew. Mysterious Tail. Scoop Up Net. Isn't going to help us do anything. I don't want to play Marnie because they're in top deck mode, so we'll pass. Doesn't look like they're playing Special Energy either, so I could have gotten rid of Temple of Sinnoh instead of Wyrdeer. Maybe I could have held on to Wyrdeer. They could be playing some kind of V Pokemon, so maybe it was kind of a bit of a misplay to discard Wyrdeer so early. Another energy to Rayquaza. They retreat. They're going into Comfy. This is okay, though. They only have one card in the Lost Zone. This may get them to somewhere. Air Balloon. Got them a Chorus. I like the new art for Chorus's Experiment. It's pretty cool. He's eating a burger over there. Got some circuit boards and stuff. A potion on his desk. Pokeball. Is that a Heavy Ball, I think, and a Great Ball? He loses Raihan and Psychic Energy. Gets 2 cards. 3 cards. Lost Zone is starting to fill up. Scoop Up Net on the Comfy. That'll get them another one. Another chance to Flower Select. And this turn we will Marnie. Glad we didn't Marnie them last turn because that would have given them all this stuff already. Plus, I think it would have allowed them to dig deeper if I had Marnie that turn. Another Jirachi. Flower Selecting. So we know one Comfy's in their hand. Probably another Chorus if they haven't played it. Oh, another Scoop Up Net. So 2 Comfy. Oh no, they played Comfy. Did they play down that Comfy? Oh, maybe I should pay attention. I don't know. They're doing Lost Zone things. That's all we really care about. Wanted to try to keep track of cards in their hand. We know one's a comfy. Now we don't know what's in their hand. Okay. Another energy. Let's go ahead and Underworld Door first. Okay. Don't want to play Training Court. I can thin out the Temple of Sinnoh here. Grab another Mew. Looking for the heavy ball. Don't find it. Get another Fog Crystal. I guess we're just going to have to go in with 2 VMAXs here and not get to show off Radiant Eternatus, unfortunately. Oh well. Here we are. This is what we're going to be doing. I will attach 1 energy to Mewtwo. Don't think I want to Marnie them. They have a 3-card hand. Scoop up the Mew. Go in with that bad boy. Put down Mew. And we'll just max guys. Take a KO. But get a prize card. Could be Radiant Eternatus. It's not. It's another Psychic Energy. That's fine with me. I'm actually not looking to get Radiant Eternatus anymore. I'm just looking to win with my Mewtwo and my Shadow Rider Calyrexes. Because this is what we're going to have to deal with here. But that's one of the reasons why we play such a heavy Mew count and 2 heavy balls, so that we can hopefully find them. But the fact that I haven't been able to play a supporter very well, and it took me a couple turns to get into a Mew, also might have affected my ability to get Radiant Eternatus out of the prizes. But usually it's okay. Usually you can comfortably get your VMAXs out turn 1. Also starting with Mewtwo is very unlikely. Usually we'll start with a Mew as well. Here's a Chorus's Experiment. This following turn might be the turn where I'm Marnie, depending on how large their hand is. They got rid of another Chorus's Experiment. So it only leaves them with 1, but they do have 8 cards in the Lost Zone. Mirage Gate is active. So they can come in with either Raikou or Rayquaza. Or Celebi. What does Celebi do? Stacks 30 for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So we're okay there. Amazing Bloom. Search for each of your bench Pokemon. Hey, let me read the card. Evolve. Okay. So Celebi's really just in there for that 1 damage energy crush. Which honestly isn't that good. We put back 2 Jirachis. 30 damage for each energy attached to your active Pokemon. If you're going up against Lugia, that's only 3, 6, 9, 12 damage. Maybe they're just having a fun little amazing rare deck. Celebi doesn't need to be in there though, but Celebi and Jirachi. Jirachi's good because you can accelerate energy without having to rely on Mirage Gate. But then why would you do the Lost Zone engine if you're not going to use Mirage Gate? So here comes Mirage Gate. They attach to Celebi. 30 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay. It would be better if it was for each of your opponent's energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. That would make that attack a lot stronger, especially against Shadow Rider. But in this case, it's not going to help very much. Okay, they retreat into Celebi. They can do some damage to Shadow Rider. Just 90. It keeps us out of range of Raikou. Rayquaza does open up though. Okay. Let's go ahead and manually attach here. I'm actually not going to Marnie. I'm just going to research. There's the heavy ball. I could get out Rayquaza now if I wanted to. But like I said, I don't really need to anymore. We will attach that to that Mewtwo. And whenever it decides to go to. Okay, we can thin out this Sky Seal Stone. We don't need that anymore. Grab a Mew. We can thin out the Mew as well. Let's get that out of here. Couple energies. We have 1 boss, which is good. Throw the heavy ball out of here. Don't actually care about getting Eternatus. 1 Air Balloon is in there. Don't want to play Training Court either. So we can Underworld Door to our Mewtwo. One of these Shadow Riders will eventually go down, so that's why I'm doing this. Research is cool. Let's just go ahead and take the KO on the Celebi, who hopefully did its poke damage job. we get a prize. There's the good old Radiant Eternatus showing up late to the party. Thanks for joining us. We don't need you anymore. Our deck is functioning just fine with 2 VMAXs in play, and this is exactly why you play the 2 copies of the basic Shadow Rider V, so you can have a way to play even if you don't get Radiant Eternatus out as soon as possible. Now this Raikou is going to do 120 damage to possibly both of our Shadow Riders or KO the Mew on the bench. So I possibly should have used that Scoop Up Net that I had in my hand to scoop up the Mew. Are all 4 Marnies down? 2 Marnies. I thought I saw 4 there. I was about to say, what? I only discarded 2. No way. So our opponent has to have an energy recycler at some point. They're gone down 2 ordinary rods. They have a lot of energy in the lost zone. They have 5 energies in the lost zone. 1 of each. Oh, and they just passed. Do we top deck our boss? We do not. We honestly don't have to do anything here. Would be nice to get our boss, but we have a 4-card draw. It's almost half the cards in our deck. Don't necessarily want to do that. I don't mind if a Shadow Rider goes down, so we'll actually just Max Geist. It's okay. We go down 3 prizes remaining. They can KO our Shadow Rider, go down 3 prizes remaining, and we got a Marnie, so that's good. I don't think our opponent's going to win from here. They needed to be attacking with Raikou or Rayquaza already, especially since we're down to 3 prizes. Raikou doesn't one-shot our VMAXs. Rayquaza can, but it doesn't seem like they have the energy for it. So they get rid of another metal there. I wonder if they play 2 copies of every energy. Ah, here comes Zacian. Now this guy can hit our Shadow Riders pretty hard. You know what? He hits... He could finish us off with Raikou, right? Rayquaza can hit this Shadow Rider, hope for me to retreat, and put the other Shadow Rider in the active. But that's not my game plan. Could also boss the Shadow Rider in some turn going with Rayquaza and take all 6 prizes in 1 turn. Maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe. Because the moment they come with Raikou, it gets KO'd. Well, the moment they come in with any of the Pokemon, it gets KO'd. So maybe they're coming for that. That's their last choruses. We're both getting down to the last couple of cards in our deck. Would be really nice for us to get a boss's orders. I think I'll Underworld Door to the Mew this turn. See if I can find a boss to get that Raikou out of here. Or Rayquaza. What's more of a threat? I mean, if they're going for the 6 prize turn, Rayquaza, Raikou's the threatening one. So let's see, we get hit with Cramorant this turn. We go down to exactly 120. And then they would want to boss up the other one. And hit it with Rayquaza. We can survive another Cramorant hit. So getting a boss's orders this turn would be really good to deny them a prize with Raikou if they go that route as well. We don't even have to do Underworld Door, but I will. To the Mew, so I have a retreat. Ultra Balls are good. Let's thin. And let's get these 2 out of here. Okay. 1 energy left. Serena's useless. Temple of Sinnoh is useless. Most of the cards in the deck are useless, except for this boss. Let's boss up the Raikou. And let's Max Geist and take a KO on the Raikou so that they cannot have a 6 prize turn that easily. Oh no! My internet connection. Okay. Oh! That was weird. Air Balloon's good. That was a good prize. Taking out the Raikou was cool too. It does give them access to Rayquaza. Rayquaza is the only Pokemon that can one-shot us. They're down to 4 cards. 2 cards. I don't think they'll be able to. They need Energy Recycler, another Ordinary Rod to get a Raikou back up. Glad I didn't play any Training Courts because that would have helped out these Pokemon here on the bench. And then we're pretty solid. See what our opponent does here. There's another Jirachi. That is right. Two of their cards are Jirachis. We know this. Dreamy Revelation is going to let them pick the card that they want out of their deck, which could be an Energy Recycler or the Ordinary Rod. And we have knowledge that one of these 9 cards is a Jirachi. Another one's a switching card that they use. Okay. I'm going to go back into Cramorant and Spit. So I think that's it. There's no way they win here. We just max Geist, KO this. There's no way they win here. They can KO my active, which is just fine with me, but then we have Mewtwo and Shadow Rider coming back. So our opponent, I think they just weren't able to do their strategy very well. Their deck is too clogged with amazing rares that aren't actually necessary. So, I mean, Zacian is good for VMAX matchups. You have to have a Choice Belt. Jirachi is actually really good inclusion if you don't want to utilize Kofi stuff. And there we go. Opponent concedes. Okay, we got a Shadow Rider start, probably going up against Lugia or Zoroark. Evolution Incense tells me it's Lugia because they're going to go for the Archeops. You don't usually see turn 1 Evo Incense right away. I'm thinking about what to do with our next hand. Wyrdeer seems like a Pokemon that I would want to bench. Although, you know, Wyrdeer and Sky Seal Stone only really works if you're playing against a deck that has a VMAX attacker and a V-Star attacker. Well, it does work too if you KO a single prizer like Dunsparce, and then, well, okay. I stand corrected. We could KO a single prizer, hence Dunsparce, and then Wyrdeer a Lugia, and then KO something else, I suppose. That could be the case. They already have double Archeops in the discard. Lugia is coming down on the bench right now with that Quick Ball. Pretty solid turn 1 from our opponent. Thankfully we have research here so we can Fog Crystal, get a Mew down. Energy onto Shadow Rider is good as well. So we're going to throw down the Wyrdeer. Fog Crystal for Mew. Radiant Eternatus is prized, so that's good for us to know. Let's throw down the Mew. We can attach an energy to Shadow Rider. Air Balloon, Shadow Rider. Retreat into Mew. Research. Hopefully find Heavy Ball. No Heavy Ball. Okay. This can Fog Crystal to Thin. We have Quick Ball in hand to get the other Shadow Rider, so I can just get an energy. 2 Heavy Balls are in the deck. Let's see if Mew can get us there. Mysterious Tail. Nope, just another Fog Crystal. Okay. Fine, have it your way. We'll use the Fog Crystal to get another Shadow Rider down then. And Eternatus, you are not coming out. And it's going to be funny because the full games I get, Eternatus just never shows up. Can't attach the Choice Belt to Wyrdeer, unfortunately. Because I need it for the stone. I don't have to attach the stone to Wyrdeer, but I don't have any other V Pokemon that I could possibly do it with. Okay. Maybe our opponent's stuck with what cards are in their hand. I don't know. Quick Ball might get them a Crobat here. Lumineon for research or boss. We also don't really have a way to get an attack off next turn. Unless this research gets us into our VMAXs. But we definitely got to get rolling, that's for sure. We do also have Temple of Sinnoh, so that's going to help us survive a little bit. Especially if they decide to use any single prize attackers. Oh. Stoutland can take the KO on the Mew and get 2 prizes, which is very, very bad. There's a research. Our opponent has the nuts. They have everything in their hand they needed. Research, 3 Archeops. There's the V-Star power. They're going to be able to retreat this Dunsparce and go in to attack with Stoutland. And we might not even be able to get a return KO on the Stoutland ourselves. But we will see. That means they have energy in hand for the Dunsparce. Capture energy, sure. I can get them another Lugia down. And we are in a little bit of trouble. They don't get anything. Okay. I don't even think we can get the return KO because we don't have Underworld Door for 3 Shadow Riders because Eternatus decided to be prized. Again. They take 2 prizes. What a pain. I should have not have left Mew in the active, but what can you do? What can Mew do? Okay. Ultra Ball away. These 2. This will get us Shadow Rider. Oh, you know what? I should have kept... Oh, man. I needed that Choice Belt for Mewtwo. Bummer. Maybe I can draw Mewtwo right here. Kinda drew Mewtwo! That means I have to give up the research. And you know we don't want to do that, so we're going to research away. There's the heavy ball for the Eternatus, of course. Training Court's good for us. We don't have anything in the discard. Play Mewtwo. So what are we doing? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 160. Not even close. Heavy ball. Hi, Radiant Eternatus. I could also just not attack this turn. And get another VMAX into play. And say, you know what? You can't KO my active VMAX. This will help get my energies in play. I think that's good. It'll help us get energy in play. We're not one-shotting the Stoutland anyways, so it's almost pointless to get the attack off. I wish I was able to save that Choice Belt from Mewtwo, because they're not playing any Crobats. And they do play in Lumineon, though. Lumineon is a Pokemon they have. They can play. Stoutland can KO the Wyrdeer, though. Lumineon gets them a boss. They just need one more energy for Stoutland to KO the Wyrdeer. And then they just need to KO another Shadow Rider. There's the boss. Yep, they're going for Wyrdeer. It's okay. Actually, Mewtwo might be able to KO here. You do 30 damage to yourself, right? Okay. I'm cool with this. Mewtwo might be able to KO. Which is good. Mewtwo can KO Lumineon and Stoutland here. So we'll go back up with this guy. Training Court's not useful yet. So let's just Marnie the hand. Actually, Training Court won't be useful for a little bit, and neither will Avery in this matchup. So we'll get rid of those 2. Grab that, put that on the bottom of the deck. Marnie. We're looking for energy here. We need a bunch of it. There's 2. We need 1 more. I can quick ball this away. Don't need it. 4 energy here in the deck, so that's going to be tough to get, but we might get there. Let's go here. Okay, we got the energy. Perfect. Onto the Mewtwo. And 1 more to the Mewtwo. Mewtwo's doing 180. You have 180 HP. I can scoop up the Eternatus. Don't need to see that guy anymore. Retreat into Mewtwo and go ahead and Limit Break. Take the KO and start a comeback, I hope. Hopefully this starts a comeback. Take 2 prizes. Now I know Mewtwo is going to lose us 3 energies. But we can survive a hit from Lugia on a VMAX. We can KO the Lumineon next turn, I think. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh yeah, we can KO the Lumineon. Can we KO the Lugia though? I don't think we can KO the Lugia. 220, 240, 260, 290. One more powerful energy gets them 310. So they can't KO, right? 220, 250, 270, 290, 310. Cool. So they can't one-shot us. They're researching here. They might not even have the other powerful energy. So that means they're going to KO this Mewtwo. We have Training Court to get back at least one of the energies. We have a couple energies in the deck. I can either boss. Oh, they had it in hand. Okay. No, they drew into it. Why didn't they Primal Turbo that one on? Interesting. And we also have Temple of Sinnoh somewhere. 280. 310 for the Choice Belt. Alright. We top deck an energy, which is good. Let's go ahead and Underworld Door to you. There's another energy. Quick Ball away. That guy. One more energy in deck. Don't want to... Actually, we could just burn this card. Get down that Mew. Ultra Ball. Get rid of these two. Trying to thin our hand down as much as possible here. Underworld Door to yourself. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this guy, that's for sure. So we'll do that. Underworld Door to this one. Temple of Sinnoh, which is good. That means Lumineon can't attack. So what are we doing here? 40. So that's 40, 70, 100, 130, 160, 190, 220, 250, Training Court 280. Hold on. I gotta make sure I'm counting this right. 40, 70, 100. It's 30 damage for each. Okay. 40, 70, 100, 130, 160, 190, 220, 250, 280. Okay. That's 280. Then all I have is Lumineon. Play that there. Max Geist. KO their Lugia. They cannot KO a Shadow Rider next turn. 2 prizes. All of our Shadow Riders can attack. We have energy in the discard. They have to bump our stadium. They have to Marnie us to stall 1 turn. Oh, they get rid of a Lugia. Oh, you know what they could have? Yveltal. But can they power up Yveltal this turn? And move the Dunsparce? Double Turbo Dunsparce. Do they have another fire energy? They must play Aurora energy, right? 2 Auroras, 1 more Aurora, and a double turbo, and then they got it. Dang it. They had exactly what they needed. No! Such a close game, but we'll go ahead and include it. We almost got there with that one. That would have been really good. Might be a reason to play Espeon VMAX, but you know. Eternatus didn't even want to come out and play till the end, so yeah. Alright, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed all those matches. I know a lot of them were quick, and I promise you I was unable to get a full game when I had a solid setup. Everybody just conceded. It was ridiculous. I played like 6 or 7 games, and if I had a good setup, it was a concession. If I had a good setup, it was still a concession. And then if I had to get like Eternatus out later, then usually I lost because the deck kind of needs to get Eternatus out first, but I was able to pull through some of them. But yeah, I mean, the deck speaks for itself. So yeah, we'll see you next time at Crash Play Gaming.